live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. As you know, today is December 7th. You already know what time it is. Bitcoin crushing all-time highs, pushing $16,000. If you just now tuning in, you are officially a part of history. This is one of the fastest growing crypto communities in the world. And my name is BK. You might know me as the crypto trader, and I am the boss of these charts, that you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get the profit as a result, and today is no exception. So with that being said, we are jumping into our Facebook community right now. Shout out to the 300 viewers live on the air and the millions of listeners all around the world. Without further ado, let's get somebody paid. So here we go. I just remember that from like WWF back in the day with The Rock. He would go in the millions and the millions. I'm gonna have to get that voice down. I like that voice. And the millions around the world. Here we go. All right. What's today's date? The 7th. 1 + 2, 7, 9. We're gonna go 9 down from the top. I'm just gonna jump around, count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bam! Dalton O'Neill. You are the winner of the day. Send me your Ethereum wallet, and I will send you a couple bucks ETH as a token of my appreciation. Thanks for joining us, man. Thank you, everybody. If you want to win some cash money, and by cash money, I mean crypto, then make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on. If you're on Facebook Live right now, make sure you come to our group. It's called the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. And we have 17,000 of my best friends that come together 7 days a week to get each other empowered and in profit in this cryptoverse. You understand? We come together to make money. You know what I'm saying? Every day in this group is Thanksgiving, because every day we sit down at the table, we eat, we break bread, you know what I'm saying? And we get full on money together, profit, right? It's really a beautiful thing. We keep it empowered. We keep it positive. What I'm doing with these charts is really understanding the energy and the resonance and the financial harmonics. The fractal harmonics of the universe. I just correlate them to a, two-dimensional plane within red and green candles. But this is no different than how the universe works in any other circumstance. I'm just able to make it work with candles and financial forecasting, right? So it's really cool. The method that we're using is called the BOSS method. This is patented intellectual property. I designed it, I own it, and I give it to the people for free. If you're a profit-seeking entity, a hedge fund, a bank, a fiduciary, a financial entity, some other YouTuber, broke blogger, whatever it is, you will not and ever do not have my express written consent to use it. But if you're a person just looking to make $1 out of dime and a nickel, I give it to you for free. Use it and use it abundantly. It works quite well. There are 2 rules. We use 2 simple moving averages. One is a 7-day moving average. The other is a 77-day moving average. And when the 7, which is the white one, goes above the 77, which is the blue one, that's when you buy, because that's when this thing is breaking out, bam, and it's ready to make you some money. That's it. That's it. White over blue, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get paid, baby. That's it. 7 and 11. 7 times 11 is 77. Las Vegas done made trillions of dollars on that number combination. So it's time for us, the people, to take some of that money back. This is how we do it. This is Bitcoin, people. This ain't no dollar. This ain't no USD. You know why? Because the USD ain't done nothing for me. BTC is the future. I live on the blockchain. I eat on the cryptoverse, and I pump weights. I don't know. I don't got nothing for that one. With Ethereum, that don't really work. That don't really work. I don't really even pump weights no more. My little brother be doing like 18,000 push-ups a day. Only reason I thought about that because Brock, you know what I'm saying, the bodyguard at Planet Fitness was You know what I'm saying? In the Facebook chat, and I thought about how big his arms was, and I was like, all right, I could get big on, you know, it didn't work. It didn't work. I'm sorry. I was 0 for 1 on that. I'll get better. So here we go, guys. Bitcoin to the USD, man. Listen, this is the best chance we have as a people to empower ourselves financially, to buy back our freedom. If you are trading your life for 30 years in a cubicle, a plaque, and a 401k that run out of money before you can cash it out, then guess what? You are a slave to the system. Wake up, empower yourself, break them chains, and come over to the cryptoverse. This is the best chance we got. 3 weeks ago, this thing was no joke. $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 right there. Look at the price. What is it right now? $17,000. Everybody that bought 3 weeks ago, guess what? They made $10,000. This is a recognized asset by the US government. Trust me, they're buying it. The banks are buying it. They don't want you to buy it because they don't want you to have money. So here we go. This is how we get money, right? This is how we get money. White over blue. You know what to do. Jump in there and make some green. So first things first, with this whole thing, I get a little bit animated, I'm sorry, but that's the biggest thing I learned, you guys. I traded $150,000 a year in a nice, comfortable cubicle with my name on it. You know what I'm saying? For the opportunity to come on here and speak freely about how to empower the world instead of working for one of the world's largest financial enslavers. I traded that for a microphone and a conscience, and now I understand harmonic resonance. You understand? So this ain't no hobby. This ain't no gimmick. This is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And I have one of the biggest banks in the world paying me top dollar to do it for them. I left that job. So now y'all got me for free. Here we go. What we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you exactly how to freestyle on a Fibonacci. My man Shai saw a chart that I made earlier that kind of put together a little bit of the logic, a little bit of the conscience, and a little bit of the fractal forecasting in this chart. What I'm doing is I'm clearing it up all the way. I just broke this thing all the way down to where all I want to see is that white and that blue line. Because with these two set of lines, I'm going to show you guys what's yet to be foreseen. And keep in mind, the numbers that I'm giving you are just the understatement, right? A lot of times when we do financial forecasting, we give them, you know, an inner quartile range or, you know, a best guess, so to speak, right? Even if you were gonna, you know, put in some money in the markets, they would say, okay, well, what's the lowest you expect it to go? What's the highest you expect it to go? What's the, you know, the range, the spread, this kind of stuff. So that's kind of built into what I'm giving you guys. So when I say Bitcoin 25,000, understand that that's the floor. The ceiling could very well be 125,000. But what I'm giving you guys is the floor. 25K is almost a guaranteed floor given this harmonic sequence that we are getting in right now, right? So here we go. First thing I want to do is I want to identify some prominent points in this chart, right? And keep in mind, this is a one-day chart. So things happen a little bit faster than they would on the regular chart that we look at. The regular chart we look at is between 4 hours and 2 hours, actually 4 and 6 hours. But now I'm living on a one day. So first things first, I'm gonna go to that intersection right there and get the bottom of my Fibonacci. See how this thing did this? Bam, bam, right? So right there is gonna be one cycle. That's where the other one's coming. Right there. Because what I want to start getting is I want to understand what I can expect as these cycles move forward in time, right? So a real easy tool to do that is right here. If you're on TradingView, you can do this with me. Cycle lines, cyclic lines right there, boom, boom, right? 5 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cyclic lines right there. And it's real easy. You just click that one, bam, bam, right? And actually, I missed this one, so I want to just make it tighter right there. Let's leave it down. There we go. I can get rid of these little purple ones. So what that does is that puts this thing pretty nice and neat in the cycles of energy that we have going into it, right? Hey, Daniel P., the minute, since you got enough balls to talk garbage in my chat, but you still trolling for customers, how about you start your own channel, stop being a scrub, get out your mama's basement, let your nuts drop, go on the street and try to make your own money. You understand? Since you're, you know, that that self-empowered to you think you could just, you know, come in here talk crazy. That don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's one dog in this room right now. That's me. You understand? You understand? Big dog walk, little puppies follow. You know what I'm saying? Go take a number, get in line, learn how to make some money before you come in my room. You know what I'm saying? Trying to steal food off my table. I give this stuff away for free, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude, I can't even get over that. I can't get over that. People, I tell you what, the more money you make, the more you realize how broken, desperate some people are. Anyways, goodness gracious, where was I? Where was I? Oh, we got the cycles, right? Now we are doing our Fibonacci, right? This is gonna be our first one. Bam, bam. Just a quick one, just to give us the kind of like the inset sequence that we already went through this, but this basically gives the entire system resonance, right? The next one we're gonna do is from the bottom, exact same spot, all the way up here. Bam, bam. See that? And then the last one we're gonna do I just want to make sure these are lined up good. With the daily, I think for this chart, we have to go to the top of the candle. Normally, I catch it on that intersection, but for whatever reason, you know, this one works best with the top of the candle. So that's what we're going to, just to get the fractals to stick. That's not bad. So 1, 2, and now we need 3. And 3, I believe, is going to be all the way up to the dip, right? So 1 to 2, right? 4, 6, 25. Let's see. Right there. And we could even bring it down a tad to that bottom candle. There you go. And that gives it to us right there, nail on the head. Now, why did I do all of that? What did I do right there is one of the bigger questions. What I did was I created a Fibonacci scale that will essentially tie in to 3 points of the same chart. It will tie into that point right there. which was basically our first big breakout, right? From that breakout, this whole system happened, right? So we understand that part of the chart now from that breakout. But that's not all I did. I laid over top of it another one. What I'll do is I'll just kind of highlight the ring of these things. Maybe in like a purple. I just wanted to stand out a little bit. That's not bad. You won't see anybody else do this because people, to be honest, don't really understand how to use a Fibonacci. But all it does for you is show you the sequences already built into one entity, right? So all I did here was basically I triangulated the energy of Bitcoin over an entire year. Keep in mind that this first starting point was March of 2017. So we have 1, 2, 3 different scales drawn from the exact same starting point. So for those of you that understand triangulation, that by definition is what we did, you know? But guess what? Now this thing actually starts to take shape. And the first thing you see is that right now, we have to test it. We need to confirm that these levels make sense. I'll move this one back just a little bit. Right there at the bottom of that red one. First thing you see, look at this thing now. Look at this. And this is on a daily, so I don't even use these fractals. This is not what my method was designed. My method was designed specifically for a 4-hour chart, but still, you get these areas to where it consolidates on one side, floors become the ceilings, and the ceilings become the floors, right? The 1-6, the 3-2 are two major prominent points in this chart. And you can see this thing almost was like a magnet on both sides of that line, right? In addition to that, we do have, look at all that. Look at all this energy down here. This thing has like 4 different lines running through it. And guess what happens? It's like a magnet, you understand? It really is. It's like a magnet. A lot of people don't understand fractal harmonics. Nathan Allen, you're one of them. You're gone too. Goodbye. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Be on your way. But the energy, the resonance in these different lines actually allow the chart to almost be attracted back to them, right? So now we see as we break out what's coming, what's happening. Well, all we did, and this is on a 1-day candle, again, from all the way dating back from March, all we did was we capped out at the 4-6, which is a natural extension. That's basically the max out. You know what I'm saying? For those guys who bench press, that's the max. And we're more than likely going to consolidate right here to the 3-2, which is about 14,000, right? We do have a chance to go sideways here. You know, we got a nice channel between that 4-2 and that 3-2 and push this thing, but I don't see that happening given this huge breakout. But something between 14 and 15,000 seems pretty comfortable. We might hit one candle bounce off 13 and be right back up north of 14, right? So 14 flat is a pretty strong floor for us right now. But that's not it. Another thing we could start to look at is this area down here, because this area is essentially one of the breakout and breakdown points, right? 10 grand for whatever reason it is a psychological barrier. It's a metaphysical barrier. you know, it was huge when we broke out of it, right? And you can see we sat sideways right in between 9.7 and 10.5, you know, so this energy was already speaking inside the charts. And the minute we got above it, this thing went up to the next psychological barrier, which is right at 20K. Do you understand that? That is not a mistake. The universe does not make mistakes. Those psychological barriers are there for a reason, because the energy naturally, you know, steps up and steps down at those levels. So we got 14K as a solid floor. We have this area built into the chart that's kind of like a buffer zone, right? So we can just call this our major support resistance, major support, major resistance area. But as this thing is playing out, what do I see? How do I see Bitcoin coming through? Well, again, let's look at these major charts, these major breakthroughs in the past. The first one that happened was down here all the way back around April, right? And what I'm looking for now are our major breakout points. So what I want is when we actually went through the resistance line. And this morning off is at 3.2. You can't really see it in here. That was a breakout. This is a breakout. What I'll do is I'll put these in like boxes. That was a psychological barrier. This was a psychological barrier. And we have another one coming up right here. But look at what's happening now. When we went up to it the first time, we were right on top of that line. Took one line off, went up to the next one right there. We're going to take one line off, and what's going to be our next point? This is going up to the 3.2. 17K. Take one off. And then we're getting in this flatline zone right up here. And essentially what this is, now on our scale, we might say that looks parabolic, that looks whatever, whatever. But I guarantee you, if we actually look at this thing on a quadratic relationship, that would actually probably be a little bit of a slowdown. And this is why I say if we were going to go parabolic, we would be doing something like that. So that's the ceiling. You understand? 50,000 by the end of next year is pretty conservative, because all we would have to do is just basically keep bouncing off that line, which we've confirmed multiple times now, and make one good run up to 50K. So that's not hard to do. But what I'm saying is if we just roll this thing on out nice and slow, given the Fibonacci extensions that it's had already, then 20K is a very, very, very conservative floor. And I understand completely that this is probably an overbought market, and I am not taking whatsoever into consideration these candles. You understand? I don't even like having the candles on. That's why most of my charts I draw from the intersections. But recognizing this, I still think there is great value in understanding the psychological entry and exit points in the market, because if we were going to break down, right, what would that look like? Well, that would be pretty much a warning indicator. So we'll color that orange, right? If we break 10K, that's a red flag right there. But guess what we got behind it? What's our bottom line, basement, you know, fail safe, break here in case of emergency, break glass? That's this thing right here, right? So if we were going to fall that low, more than likely it would be right about there. Because again, we take one off and we make a move. So even if we balance this thing out and say that's up, that's down, that's where it would happen, right? This would be our Bitcoin's dead, right? 7K, people would probably be having a heart attack. And this one could easily be here for our continued growth pattern, right? That's natural, that's normal. All I did was I slowed it down. I said, take one off, to where we slow it down and we actually expect, I give it about 6 months of going sideways. I don't think we had 6 months going sideways all year. So we easily could pass 20,000 by mid-April. I don't think that's hard to do at all, 25K, which in turn would put us on a much, much, much different Fibonacci scale for this one, which will probably be something, you know, up there. But I didn't want to do that. I said very conservative. I said it at the beginning of this video, very conservatively, we can expect 20,000 by this time next year. In addition to that, I do expect the financials. A lot of people are asking about the shorting, about the markets, about the banks, boom, 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 boom. Put it this way. All that means is more money is coming to the table. So as more money comes to the table, what do we expect? We expect more money to push us higher, right? But at the end of the day, you know, this doesn't matter. This is all relative, because our job as traders is to trade the altcoins, which accumulate more Bitcoin. So while everybody else in the world is over here looking at Bitcoin 20, 30, 40, 50,000, I don't care what it is, because regardless of the price, I'm knocking heads off with the altcoin trades, right? And that's what I got set up for y'all with this boss method. That's what I put together for you guys on this website, bossofbitcoin.com. Wow, this man works quick. I gave this dude my website and he done turned this thing over in about 6 hours. Shout out to the partner, you know what I'm saying? The 7 and 77, seventh wonder. That's what I'm gonna call him. You know, so we're in the process of rebuilding. I told you guys that I got the infrastructure coming out. So this website is already starting to take shape. That's really cool. But bossofbitcoin.com, you guys, one of the things I did was put together these different reports. The most one I'm proud of at the moment is the Cryptopolis report. And this actually talks about the transition. I think a lot of people don't really understand what's happening right now. I think they too caught up trying to keep up with the Kardashians that they lost touch of reality, and they don't understand that the world is changing right in front of your eyes. Bitcoin is not a scam. Bitcoin is the currency of the internet, and the world runs on the internet right now, right? The dollar is very, very, very weak. That's why you have baby boomers working at Target at 72 years old, because they saved dollars for the last 50 years, and those dollars aren't worth anything. That's the sad part of our world. The longer you hold the dollar, the more value you will lose. They lie to us and say this is inflation, this is good for the economy, this is what you want. You want to give away 3 of your net worth every year forever. I say Bull. You understand? That's theft. I'll tell you this. If you think inflation is good, send me 2% of your net worth. You know what I'm saying? And I can you know, return 2% back 30 years later, like they do. Or I'll wrap it up in a 401k, give you 8% return, charge you 35% to withdraw it early, take 50% taxes out, you know, take OSDI, Social Security, Medicaid, state taxes. I charge you tax when you work for me, and I charge you tax when you go to the grocery store and spend the money that I already taxed you on once. I don't even understand how that works, but somehow they get away with it. That's the problem with the system, with the status quo. And the more people that understand that, the more people that actually see that the system is being rebuilt. And the only way to profit on that transition is to come over here a little bit early and start buying that real estate that all these buildings are getting built on. Walton Coin, Omisigo, EOS, Ethereum, ADA. Singularity is happening. Like it or not. This is our chance to profit from it. And that's why I come on this microphone. That's my commitment to you guys. It's to make my voice be heard 7 days a week. You know, it's easy for me to sit back. I'm good. I assure you, I'm okay. You know, I don't need to ever work another day in my life. I've done quite well for myself, and my girlfriend has done even better for herself. I tell her all the time. I said, "Girl, you done good for yourself. Good job." You know, pick the winner. Good job. Blue ribbon stallion right here. But you know, I mean, I try not to get so animated, you guys. I really do. But I'm really passionate about like making a difference. You know what I'm saying? I've seen both sides of it. I've seen being dirt poor and broke, giving blood twice a week just so I could go get a bottle of liquor from the spot next door and forget about how broke I was. You know what I'm saying? Eating Milio sandwiches, $6.95. I'll never forget going through McDonald's with the change in my cup holder just so I wouldn't be hungry that day. Working for $2 an hour plus tips at a Mexican restaurant, but still in my mind, I understood that that wasn't it for me. I think a lot of people are stuck right now. They're stuck in their situation, but they know that's not it. Well, guess what? This is it. This is the best we got. And until it's something else, trust me, if it was something else, I wouldn't be pumping, you know, something that I didn't think was beneficial for you. I'm telling my mama to buy some Bitcoin. And she is going to buy some on Christmas. I just wish she would have listened to me 7 months ago when I started telling her. So here we go. You know, here we go. This is what we got, guys. Bossofbitcoin.com. Expect a lot in 2018. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin 25,000 is just, trust me, that's just the beginning. You know what that did? That gave BK a little bit of firepower. I turned USD into BTC and BTC into an empire, brick by brick, trade by trade, show by show, like by like, comment by comment, one-on-one by one-on-one. I dedicate, you know what I'm saying, to this process. And I understand exactly what I'm building. Hopefully you do too. And hopefully you there to see it through. You know what I'm saying? We in the parking lot right now, but please believe, you know what I'm saying, the penthouse is well in sight. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm just not trying to be the only one up there. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the view. I tell you, it's a lot that these charts say. Oftentimes I can't even come on the air and talk about. It's a beautiful world, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful world. What I love most about it is the community. If you are in the chat right now, do me a favor, shout your country out. I will come through, you guys, in about 30 seconds. We talked about Boss of Bitcoin, #1 Facebook group in the world. If you don't know, now you know. Coming there, 17,000 of my best friends, making money, helping each other out. Again, I do not want to sound negative, you know, but I think there does need to be a sense of urgency, you guys. Bitcoin, $25,000. Let that sink in. Do not listen to the bobbleheads on TV and let them tell you this is a scam and don't put your dollars in it. Let me tell you, your dollars ain't worth nothing. Why would you want to hold something that ain't worth nothing? January 1st, how much was one Bitcoin? $900. And trust me, if it just has one comma in the price tag, it's still pretty cheap. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this thing on up. You know what I'm saying? I don't normally speak like that, but I just, you know, I just have to let it ride. We got to realize this moment is upon us. This moment is upon us, right? And it's up to us. Each one, reach one, teach one. That's why I teach you guys how to empower yourself, right? I can't do it for you, right? I did it for myself. I'm good. Bam, my girl, she got something. Bam, she good. You know what I'm saying? Her dad, he calling me every day. He brought me into the game. He good. Bam, the fam good. Bam. I want y'all to get good. You know what I'm saying? If you're hearing my voice right now, that is self-selected. That means you have already chosen a path that is yet to manifest in your favor. It's time to use that energy to your advantage. Think and grow rich. Napoleon Hill. Listen to that book. Understand that your mind creates a future yet to be unveiled. So change your thoughts, change your mind, change your values, change your worth. Here we go, everybody. Stacy, make sure you have Ben listen to this if he ain't listening to it already. Now let's run down the people in the building. Sky affiliated, I see you out there in Miami. Bam! 2 times what's going on. Jon Snow is in the building. You know about that, Jon Snow. Miss Debbie near Seattle, what's going on? Croatia, Colorado, Netherlands, Dallas, what's good? Australia, ATL, peace up. UK, Ghana, nation's capital, DC, LA, Kosovo, Rough Rally, NC. And they said they boss walking on the West Coast in the Wild Wild West. New Zealand, y'all check them out. BK Cole, that's right. Portland, San Fran, what's up? France, ATL, Detroit, UK, Dallas, and Montreal. Thank you, everybody, for joining me again. As we increase our affluence, let us not decrease our influence and the commitment that we have to empower each other. With that being said, it's that time of the day. Signing out, this the boss, boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil, the Bay, and California. All the way back out through jerk money. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. All I ask is if this message helped you, if this knowledge helps you, copy and paste this URL, text it to somebody you care about. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Until we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.